Welcome to today's deep dive. It is pretty funny how an argument over luxury spa habits can accidentally spark a massive solution for an infrastructure crisis.
Oh, absolutely. Like the text we are looking at today with Kesser and Steen.
Right, exactly. So they're dealing with these incredibly demanding city dwellers who expect, custom-scented lavender steam.
Abdominicus.
Yes, sonagus, like 15 times a week.
It is the ultimate first world problem, honestly. I mean, to keep up with that massive demand for steam, Steen actually suggests buying an old ferry.
Oh, right?
Yeah, and converting it into a floating harbor bath with dedicated lavender guests.
But the limitation there is obvious. If it is a harbor bath, it cannot actually ferry people across the fjord anymore.
Right.
But that constraint triggers this really brilliant thought experiment about urban energy. Because, well, if you were already looking at the water to heat a sauna, why not use the water to heat the entire city?
Exactly. It forces a hard look at our current green strategy, which, ironically, involves a massive amount of burning.
Right, combusting natural gas and wood chips right on the harbor.
Yeah, to generate district heating.
Which feels entirely counterintuitive. I mean, we label wood chips as renewable, but combustion still means emissions.
Absolutely. And it is not just CO2. The real invisible threat is PM2.5.
Microscopic particles, right?
Right. Because they are 2.5 microns or smaller, they completely bypass the lung's natural filtration system.
Oh,
Yeah, they
yeah.
pass straight through the lung tissue into the bloodstream. And that causes systemic inflammation and, can even trigger blood clots.
Wait, so by burning wood chips, we are essentially hotboxing our own cities with microscopic hazards just to keep our living rooms warm.
That is a harsh way to put it, but
Yeah.
we were trading a global climate problem for a localized public health crisis.
Which brings us back to Steen's realization about the fjord.
Right. Instead of burning things on the water, we can extract the heat directly from the water itself using massive seawater heat pumps.
Wait, hold on. Extracting heat from a freezing fjord in the middle of winter. I mean, I understand how a heat pump works in a backyard,
Sure.
but pulling enough energy out of near-freezing salt water to boil municipal radiators to, 80 degrees Celsius? That seems physically impossible.
Yeah.
Where's the heat coming from?
It is all about latent heat. Even at 1 degree above freezing, water still contains thermal energy.
Okay.
The trick is using a natural refrigerant like ammonia. It boils at an incredibly low temperature, like around minus 33 degrees Celsius.
Minus 33. Wow.
Yeah, so when that liquid ammonia interacts with the cold fjord water, it absorbs heat and vaporizes.
I see.
Then the system heavily compresses that ammonia gas, which violently drives up the temperature, and then it transfers that intense heat to the city's water supply.
But wait, if you are constantly sucking heat out of near-freezing water, wouldn't the heat exchanger just turn into a giant block of ice?
That is the primary engineering hurdle, actually. They solve it by utilizing the fjord's natural tidal currents.
So it constantly flushes fresh water over the intake.
Exactly, and they also use titanium plates in the heat exchangers.
Oh, because titanium resists the brutal corrosion of salt water.
You got it. And the system controls are super sensitive. If the water temperature drops a fraction of a degree too close to freezing, the flow automatically shuts off to protect the equipment.
Okay, that makes sense. But even if you successfully heat the water to 80 degrees, you still have to pump it miles inland. Basic thermodynamics says you are going to lose a massive amount of that heat to the frozen ground along the way.
You will. And that heat loss over distance is exactly why macrogrids are not always the answer.
Right.
For suburbs, it is often more efficient to build micro-district heating systems, like where a housing association manages its own localized grid.
Oh, interesting.
Yeah, and the most ingenious version of this is a Dutch concept called asphalt energy.
Asphalt energy. Let me guess. Using the black roads themselves to capture heat.
Spot on. They bury a dense network of plastic pipes in the sand directly beneath black asphalt parking lots.
Oh.
So in the summer, that black surface acts as a massive solar collector. The pipes capture that extreme summer heat and push it deep underground into thermal storage aquifers.
Wait a minute. If you have a closed loop of pipes sitting right under the surface of a parking lot, could you just reverse the flow?
What do you mean?
Take a fraction of the stored heat in January and push it back up to the surface. You could theoretically keep the asphalt above freezing and eliminate the need for snowplows or road salt entirely.
You absolutely can, and that is precisely what they do.
No way.
Yeah, the residual heat melts the snow on contact. It solves a secondary municipal problem without burning a single piece of heavy machinery or, dumping toxic salt into the groundwater.
So we go from Kesser and Steen, trying to figure out how to supply lavender steam to city folks, to realizing we can heat our homes using frozen Fords and parking lots.
It is wild, right? It makes you realize how unimaginative simply setting wood chips on fire really is.
And it really does. It is unimaginative and, as you said earlier, dangerous.
Right. I mean, think about the old maritime folklore about sirens.
Mythical creatures.
Yeah. They would sing these beautiful, comforting songs that would lull sailors into a false sense of security right before pulling them under to drown them.
That is a perfect way to look at it. Our reliance on burning easy fuels like wood chips feels exactly like a modern siren song.
Definitely. It is comforting because it is familiar.
Yeah, and it is labeled green, but it is quietly leading our respiratory health and our environment into the abyss.
Absolutely.
Well, that is a provocative thought for you to mull over the next time you see a smokestack claiming to be part of the green transition. Thanks for joining us for this deep dive.